DJ Karstensen will throw the ball up at midcourt, and the ball is tapped out of bounds, and they say it will belong to Milwaukee as it was controlled by Basili.
Yeah, I think he tipped it right where he wanted to, but Wright State didn't react, and that's not the worst thing. I always felt like, losing the tip was not all that bad. You're going to get the next one, which is going to be later on in the game. So
Lathan, there's a bit of a holdup right now. They're just checking on the clock. 2 seconds off the clock.
Well, they put 20 seconds on the shot clock, and that shouldn't be right. It should be 30 seconds.
Coach Patrick Baldwin is up right now disputing that.
It should be 30 seconds, and they leave it at 20. I don't understand that.
All right, so Milwaukee will have the first offensive
must be a
possession.
new rule.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Golston gives it up to Baker. Cross court. Now Baker Jr. with it. Milwaukee looking to try to get the ball inside. St. Pierre sets a screen. With the dribble is Newby. Ball loose, picked up back front by Golston. Launches a long three with 1 on the shot clock. Comes up short. Got some rim, and Basili the rebound.
I really don't understand why there was only 20 seconds on the shot clock. That's a mystery. I'm going to have to find out what happened here, because Wright State just tipped the ball out of bounds.
Holden goes up. Jump shot from the free throw line is missed. It goes out of bounds and stayed with Wright State. I'm not sure, Jim, but could it have something to do with possession change? Yeah,
but they never had possession. The ball was tipped straight out of bounds.
All right.
Tanner didn't he didn't pick it up. It just went out of bounds. So
interesting to hear an explanation. Here's Basili, catch and shoot three off the left corner, and he noped it inside. A foul is called on Baker Jr. as the former Panther, C.J. Wilburn, was going for the offensive board.
Well, we've taken 2 quick shots. I mean, Tanner's was right in front of the basket. That's a shot he can make. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more.
Inside, Wilburn goes up with the right hand, left it short, and the rebound to St. Pierre.
That's a shot CJ's going to have to make. I mean, it was a great move. He got right in front of the rim, just left it short.
Here's Golston.
I think that's an offensive foul.
Up by Tanner Holden, and Holden will be assessed his first foul, the team's first. We haven't even played a minute yet, no score. Here's Clint Sargent, the associate head coach for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's coaching his first game as a head coach, and Coach Scott Nagy is out with illness, and Clint's going to coach tonight and again on Saturday. But he's well prepared for this. I mean, this guy, he played for Coach Nagy. He coached with him at South Dakota State. He's coached here for 5 years, so I don't think that's an issue at all.
Here's Golston to the free throw line. Crossover dribble against Finke. Pull-up jump shot is off the rim.
That's good defense that time by Tim. He made him shoot a jump shot, which is what you want. You don't want him getting to the rim.
Holden with the rebound. Raiders in the offensive end. Calvin back to Wilburn. Couple of dribbles on the wing to Finke. Finke at the free throw line. Back to Holden. Right corner, Basili. Basili. Holden. Calvin fakes the three, feeds it into the post to Wilburn with 9 to shoot. Goes inside. His shot is blocked by Baker, but there's Holden with the follow, and he is fouled in the act of shooting. So 2 free throws for junior Tanner Holden.
Yeah, CJ just left that short. I mean, I don't think it got blocked. It might have gotten blocked, but it was short, and we'll get a look at it here. He gets it inside. Yeah, it did get blocked. I got blocked from behind, but Tanner was right there for the rebound, and he got fouled. That prevented a layup because Tanner would have had 2 points.
Holden gets the first point of the game for Wright State. Tanner this year, 82% from the free throw line. The Raiders as a team, Jim, really helping themselves at the charity stripe, just under 80%.
Yeah, right. And the other thing, Chris, is they shoot a lot of free throws. Milwaukee has only shot 100. He misses that second one, but it looks like Grant's going to get the rebound.
Basili flips it out to Finke, gets it down into the post to Wilburn, goes up, shot fake, and he's called for traveling.
I was going to say, what thing Wright State has done that Milwaukee hasn't is that they've gotten to the free throw line. Milwaukee's been to the line 158 times. Wright State's been there 75 more times. And that's what you got to do. Down at North Carolina State, North Carolina State only shot 9 free throws. Wright State shot over 25. So, that's a recipe for winning.
And Baker Jr. working against Basili, flips the ball back out. Now Newby with it. Golston left corner, 8 to shoot. Wants to get it to St. Pierre. He takes it into the paint. Scoop shot off the glass. No good. Rebound Finke.
That's another great possession defensively by Tim Finke. The Raiders are playing good defense. It's good to see. They're off to a good start.
Calvin over to Basili, looking inside, making the catch. Wilburn in traffic. Hard dribble, goes up short range, can't get it to fall. Rebound Golston.
Well, he's really struggling. He has struggled scoring inside all season long, to be honest about it. And he's got an opportunity here to do something with
And the
AJ.
first basket of the game coming from Tafari Sims, who checked into the game. It's a 2-1 Panther lead with 17:24 to play in the first. Calvin flips it out to Holden. Holden takes the ball inside in traffic with the left hand, put up a wild shot, misses everything. Milwaukee comes up with a loose ball. Newby down on the other end, feeds it to St. Pierre. His shot blocked by Basili, and Basili comes back with a dribble.
That's great recovery by Graham Basili. Hustled down the floor and did a really nice job there.
Trey Calvin quick to the bucket. His shot is blocked by St. Pierre.
Yeah, that's close to goaltending there. The ball didn't hit the backboard, but it was close.
Here's Newby, flips it over to Golston, sets up for a three-point shot. It's good. It's now a 5-1 Panther lead early. 16:44 to play in the first half.
Yeah, Wright State's, they've had the ball 5 times. They've got 1 point. They've had good shots. I mean, CJ's had plenty of opportunities inside to score. He just hasn't been able to convert.
Basili feeds it to Finke down on the post, working against his defender. He drops it to Wilburn. Wilburn pump fake, goes up with the right hand and puts it in.
There you go. That was the toughest shot he had, Chris. He's had 4 shots. That was by far the toughest, and he got it to go.
Here's Newby. He feeds it to Sims. Momentarily with it was Lathan. Lathan back to Golston. Left-hand dribble, rises up at the elbow and drops it down. Back-to-back buckets by Golston. 7-3 Panthers.
Well, that's a ball screen, and C.J. Wilburn just didn't get out there. You got to get out there and hedge that screen. He's laid back, and Golston had a really good look at the basket.
Here's Finke, feeds it down to Holden on the right block. Dribbling in with a left hand, goes up with a right hand, left it off the rim. Short rebound tipped by Wilburn, but picked up by Newby.
Wright State's getting the ball inside. That's where you want to go. They're just having a tough time finishing the deal.
Here's Golston, step back jumper inside the three-point arc. That one just grazes the rim. Now to St. Pierre, jump hook with the right hand, rolls off. Rebound Wilburn. Wright State with the ball, trailing by 4 early. We've played 4.5 minutes. Wilburn feeds it over to Basili outside the arc. Now takes it with the dribble against St. Pierre. Left lane line extended. Feeds it out to Holden. Holden back to Basili. Basili backing it on St. Pierre, goes in with the right hand and puts it in a foul.
Everything else has been in the paint. They've gotten good shots, no question about it. I mean, they've done a good job of getting the ball inside, and there's a missed free throw.
Raiders normally good at the line, have missed 2 out of 3 here early. Andrew Welledge, who's a sophomore out of Greensburg, Indiana, checking into the Wright State lineup after that timeout. He is guarding Thomas out front. Josh Thomas. Inside is Sims, double team, goes up with the right hand, left it short, rebound hustling on the baseline is Calvin.
That's great defense. That's great help defense. He made the spin into the lane, and he had a guy right in his lap.
Here's Welledge, tried to feed it into Basili, tipped off Basili, back to Welledge. Now he throws it on a bounce, right lane line extended to Basili with 17 to shoot. Taking St. Pierre inside, goes up off the glass. No, the tip is picked loose on the floor.
Good hustle
Finke comes up with it.
Great hustle by Tim Finke. Great hustle there.
Calvin out to Holden. Now Finke up top of the key, gets a screen from Basili, jump shot, rims in and out. Rebound down to Milwaukee. Lathan bringing the ball back up the floor. Throws the ball back out front. Golston catch and shoot, long 3 off the bank and good. His second triple of the game. It's a 10-5 Panther advantage.
Well, you put that under the category of luck, but I mean, it went in. I mean, he got it up there and it went in, but anytime you bank one from that angle right there, that's not what you're trying to do.
Here's Tanner Holden, tough, goes inside with the right hand. It is blocked, and Milwaukee comes up with a deflection.
A lot of contact there, no call.
Lathan coming back with the basketball. Feeds it inside to Sims, he lost it. It's picked up by Finke. That comes Wright State down by 5. Now it's Calvin on the wing. Close pass to Finke, cross court now Basili.
That was a good decision to wait there, no question. They didn't have anything. And
Finke, they leave him wide open, and he drains the 3.
That was a great decision to wait. I mean, they could have taken a shot there in the transition. They backed it out and got a better look, and Tim nailed it.
First 3-point basket of the game for Wright State. Thomas, short pass to Sims, on the wing to Lathan. Out top, Golston gets a screen, wide open. He's got another triple. So we talked about him. DeAndre Golston can get hot.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you don't want to have happen. And as MC balls go in the basket because, like you said, I mean, he's their leading scorer.
Here's Calvin getting around his man. Was short off the glass. Nice looking shot from the right block for Calvin, his first 2.
He took advantage of some bad defense there. That was just a ball screen. Nobody, that was similar to what happened to Wright State earlier when C.J. Wilburn didn't come out and hedge the ball screen. Wright State's defense has been pretty good. They're doing a good job of keeping the ball out of the lane.
And there's a steal by Holden. 1-on-1 against Sims. Goes in with a two-hand jam, and he's fouled from behind.
Yes, and I don't think Tanner's too happy about what happened there. I mean, that's where you can really get hurt. I mean, he was ahead of the pack, and, I don't really blame the Milwaukee player going after him. He tried to get the ball. You can look here on the replay. He didn't touch Tanner, but when you're up in the air like that, I never was able to get that high, so I don't know that feeling. But
don't look at me. I don't either. You look right there. That's good officiating because it's early in the game. Holden realistically could have been called for a taunting.
Well,
He looked right at the Milwaukee player.
But he was excited.
Yeah.
He was just cheering for himself.
As he completes the three-point play, and James Manns checks into the Wright State lineup for Tanner Holden. With 12:34 to go in the first, we're tied at 13.
But that whole play happened because of great help by Tanner Holden. They tried to get into the lane. Tanner got a hand on the ball, deflected it, and took it coast to coast.
Hancock into the game for Milwaukee. Golston, a long three. Hits another one. Unbelievable. DeAndre Golston putting the Panthers on his back here early, 16-13, Milwaukee.
Well, this is what I was afraid of. He gets confidence in himself. You need to get a hand in his face. I don't care if he catches it just crossing the 10-second line.
And Finke over to Norris, and he drains the three. Into the game, Wright State's Norris, the freshman point guard, drains one.
Well, we've seen Keaton come of age as a college point guard in the last 3 games. He's really played with some confidence. That's good to see. Sims working one-on-one against Manns, takes him inside, gets it up over Basili on the help and scores. That's too easy there. He got right around James on the baseline. And it was just too easy. 18-16 on the bucket by the Panthers. They have the lead. Here's Finke, dribble drive, feeds it over to Manns. He will try a three-pointer, and it rims in and out. Rebound for Milwaukee. Somebody's got to get a hand. If Golston crosses the 10-second line, you get a hand in his face. Sims, shot fake, takes Manns inside, leans in with the right hand. Layup is good. Well, that's back-to-back baskets where they've taken James off the dribble. Now, James is going to have to do a better job than that out on the perimeter. You got to keep the man in front of you. You can't let him get to the rim. Norris over to Welledge. Welledge looking inside. Can't find a passing lane. Back out to Norris. They'll try the right wing. Finke quickly inside to Manns. Manns against Sims. Bouncing in. Turn around with the left hand. Puts it up and scores. Well, that's what James can do. Now he's got to figure out a way to play some defense down here so we can get a stop. 20-18 Panthers. 10:54 remaining in the first half. Substitutions for both teams in front of the scorer's table, ready to check in at the next dead ball. Here's Lathan, crossover dribble against Welledge. Into the corner, Hancock for three. It's too strong, and the rebound, Basili. Hancock's an interesting player, Chris. He had not scored a point in their first 7 or 8 games, and then had 18 in their last game. Hadn't scored a point, and then got 18 in a game. Man, step back three. It's too strong. Rebound pulled down by Milwaukee. That's Bowl into the game. Going to slow it down a little bit for the Panthers. Moses Bowl, 7-1 center from the Sudan. Non-stop action here. There hadn't been much break. Here's Lathan against Welledge, taking him inside. Feeds the pass to Bowl for the easy dunk. Well, our defense the last 5 or 6 possessions has fallen off significantly. I mean, dribble drives. Finke gets it inside to Basili on the block against the 7-footer. Leaning in, goes up with the right hand, left it short off the glass. Rebound Golston. We still haven't had the under 12 break. We're at the 9:48 mark of the first half. 22-18 Panthers. Hancock feeds it to Golston. Golston with 14 already in the first half. Takes it inside. Up balance shot from the left side. No, Bowl got the rebound. Put it back up. Nope, rebound Finke. Raiders got a break there. Grant went to try to block the shot. And there's a foul. Milwaukee, Golston has 14 of their 22 points. I mean, what we talked about before the game, we couldn't let him get off to a good start. Well, we've done that. Here's Wilbert inside with the left hand. He puts it in. He's got 4 points, the former Panther. 22-20 Milwaukee. A nice little crawl dribble to the middle and then used that left hand, got it off the glass. Baker to Thomas, going around his man inside, draws contact, and a foul on C.J. Wilburn. Wright State coaching staff saying, where was the foul? Well, C.J. went straight up, but what happened there is the Milwaukee player created the contact. That's Sims. That's Thomas. Thomas.
6'4", 205 guard out of Chicago. We remember him last year in that win here.
Right, yeah. Well, he took his body right into CJ and created the contact. And you know, when you do that, you get the official to make the call. It's a good move on his part. You know, when you get to the rim like that and there's a guy waiting on you, go into him. As long as you don't charge, you can get the call.
And Thomas splits 2 free throws. The lead now at 3 for the Panthers. Clock running with 9:08 to play.
Wright State just needs to string together some stops. I mean, offensively, you know, we kind of settled down. You know, we struggled early. There's a great pass.
He goes up and lays it in. Good look from Tanner Holden.
That's a great pass. He threw it where the only guy that could get it was Grant Basile. Just a super pass. Like I said, I mean, Wright State's been able to score. They got off to a slow start. They were 2 for 10, but they've settled down and started to. Now we got to get some stops.
1-point lead for the Panthers. Inside, turnaround jump shot is no good. That shot was taken by Baker, and the Wright State comes back with a possession. Hand off to Calvin, back to Norris, out front to Calvin. Calvin, left side, Basile. Basile against the 7-footer, throws it back out to Calvin.
The ball was almost intercepted. Good job by. That's where you want to see ball, see man. Milwaukee did a nice job there.
Holding down the baseline with the left hand, kisses it off the glass for 2, and the Raiders take a 1-point advantage.
Yeah, that was way too easy. You never let your guy drive baseline, and Tanner got by his man, and there was no help at the rim, and he got it to go off the backboard for an easy shot.
Holden with 4. We approach the 8-minute mark here in the first half. Here's Newby. Golston ready to check back in for Milwaukee. He's got 14 of their 23 points. Thomas off the screen and an illegal screen called against Milwaukee. He's got 14 points to lead all scorers.
Yeah, the only thing Milwaukee hasn't done well early is they've committed too many fouls. They've already committed 6 fouls. Wright State only has 2 here early.
Trey Calvin to the free throw line, cut off by a double team. Now Finke takes it inside, feeds it out to Calvin. Catch and shoot 3. Got it. Trey Calvin coming alive consistently outside of the arc over the past 4 games. Gives the Raiders a 4-point advantage.
That's the best way to get a 3-point shot. Dribble penetration. Tim Finke got all the way into the painted area, and then he kicked it out. That's exactly what you want to do offensively, is create a double team, so to speak, and that's what Tim did. He got 2 guys to guard him because he was dribbling into the lane, and he kicked it out to Trey. Trey had his feet set. And he's going to make that more often than not.
Sims checks back in for Milwaukee, and Baker goes to the bench. Lathan throws the ball in. Newby makes the catch. Freshman point guard works against the freshman point guard. Norris for Wright State. Inside, an offensive foul whistled against the Panthers.
Well, that was between Tanner and Sims, and there were a little chicken fighting going on in there, and Sims is the one that got caught. I mean, I saw the end replay there. I didn't see what precipitated it, but Tanner did a nice acting job there. You know, we have a good acting school here at Wright State. Maybe Tanner's taken a couple classes.
Basile back in for Wilburn. Ball knocked away and stolen by the Milwaukee defense. On the other end, coming back and stealing it from behind is the freshman Norris.
Good hustle back. That's great hustle back.
Here's Calvin, one bounce corner. Finke back out to Calvin. Yeah, he's called for traveling.
I don't know about that. I'd like to see his feet. You know, I always question they call traveling when you're standing right next to the official, because if the official is looking at your feet, and he should be looking at the upper body, and that might have been traveling, I don't know, but it always bothered me as a coach when they called traveling and he was standing right next to the player.
It's 3 turnovers for the Raiders in the first half. Milwaukee has turned it over 4 times. Thomas works against Finke. Takes it inside, fadeaway jump shot off the front of the rim. Rebound, Basile quickly up the floor. Calvin didn't see it, but there's Norris to pick it up.
Playing some defense. That's no surprise, but he's playing great defense. It started on Golston. That time it was on Thomas. You know, the guy got a shot off, but it was a fadeaway, and that's what you're not going to stop everything, but you just want to make it difficult.
Here's Finke on the baseline against Thomas. Going one-on-one, takes him inside, flips it in the corner for Holden. The lefty 3 from the left corner. It's too strong. The rebound knocked to the floor and picked up by St. Pierre. And back comes Lathan for Milwaukee. Can't get around Calvin. Goes to Thomas. Thomas back out front to Golston. Golston 5 of 10 already from the floor here in this game. That ball knocked away by Calvin, but a reach-in foul called on the Wright State guard. Stops the clock with 6:01 to play in the first. The Raiders up 27-23. First foul on Calvin and the team's third. And it's going to be a shooting foul, and Lathan will go to the free throw line. He'll get 2 shots. new member to this squad this year for Coach Patrick Baldwin. It's good, a 6'4" guard, transfer out of UTEP, averaging 7 points and 5 rebounds a game, 64% shooter from the free throw line. He draws the Panthers to within 3, and now 2 as the ball hit the front of the rim and dropped through the net. Under 6 minutes to play in the first. Wright State with the ball up by 2. Keaton Norris flips it to Holden. Out front, Basili. Basili, a couple of dribbles on the arc to Calvin. He gets it back to Basili against St. Pierre. A lot of physical activity going inside. Basili goes in over and around the Panther defender and scores.
If you don't double team Grant, you're going to have a tough time stopping him. And that was just a good strength move there by Grant. He couple chicken dribbles into the lane. But boy, if you're not going to double him, you're going to have a tough night.
Ooh, Lathan, little jump shot on the right baseline, knocks it down. Teams trading baskets. 29-27 Wright State. 5:24 to play in the first.
Yeah, Latham's a good player. He's a junior. He's having 7 points a game. He's not a great three-point shooter, but that mid-range jump shot he can make.
Holden with the ball out front. It's a screen from Basili. His 3, it's short, and the rebound to Thomas. Thomas dribbles against Holden. Lob down left lane line to Golston. Double team, nice pass to Thomas, feeds it to St. Pierre. It's done, blocked by Basili, but he also got some of the Panther player. Stops the clock with 4:56 to play in the first. To the free throw line will be St. Pierre.
That's good ball movement inside by Milwaukee. Good sharing of the basketball. They kept passing it till they found a wide open guy. You can see here, we double teamed. There was no rotation. You know, you got to have, if you're going to double team, you got to rotate. And we were a little late on the rotation. Grant was there by himself, and this guy's not a good free throw shooter at all.
38%. He makes the first.
He makes the first one.
6-10.
I should have said that before he shot the first one. Maybe we'd have got a miss if you're a Wright State fan, but good for Milwaukee. He knocks it in.
Spring Grove, Illinois is where he's from.
Makes them
Second
both.
Nothing but net.
Well, good for him.
That ties the game at 29. Clock runs with 4:50 to play in the first. Keaton Norris shovels it to Finke. Basili works it left side, Holden. He takes it in strong. Reverse layup. Got it, and he fouled.
That was a big-time move right there. That's about as quick as I've seen Tanner catch and take the ball off the dribble. I mean, that was an explosive move. As soon as he caught the ball, I mean, there was no ifs, ands, or buts. He caught that ball and went right to the rim. TV doesn't do that any justice. If you're watching on television, it doesn't do it any justice. That was an extremely explosive move to the basket. He caught Milwaukee off guard.
Holden has 8 to lead 7 Raiders in scoring. Basili will check out. Wilburn is back in for Wright State. Holden, the junior out of Wheelersburg, Ohio. Team's leading scorer, and the first shot, or the completion of the three-point play is good. He's got 9. And the Raiders back up by 3 with 4:40 to play in the first. Lathan to Thomas.
You know, both these teams have played well. I mean, it's been an entertaining basketball game. Both teams are playing.
Lathan pushing off with the left hand, missed the jump shot. Rebound Norris, and he is fouled by Newby.
That's a 1-and-1 too.
Yep.
Keaton Norris is going to shoot the 1-and-1. By getting back to, I mean, both these teams are playing pretty good basketball. It's been it's been pretty much up and down. There haven't been a lot of turnovers. Wright State has. Let's see here. Wright State has 3 turnovers. Milwaukee has 5. Milwaukee is shooting 44%. Wright State is shooting 45%. And rebounds are pretty even, 16
Norris
to 15.
will get the bonus. He makes that first free throw, Jim.
Yeah, 16 to 15 in favor of Wright State. So, you know, it's been what you would expect. Milwaukee, you know, I said earlier, Milwaukee's going through what Wright State kind of went through, you know, trying to get some wins early. And, boy, I've been impressed with how they've played in here tonight. They've played pretty well.
Norris' second free throw is up and good. He's got 5 off the bench. It's 34-29 Wright State. Tanner Holden comes out after that second free throw. Andrew Welledge checks into the Wright State lineup. Golston receives the pass from Hancock.
Now that's a good hedge by CJ there. That's what he didn't do earlier. He came out and got him that time.
Here's Thomas inside against Welledge. Puts it up from the left side, missed it. Rebound into the hands of CJ Wilburn.
That's really good defense by Andrew Welledge there. He made him shoot a tough shot. He got to the rim, but he made him shoot a tough shot.
Here's Calvin with it at the free throw line. He just leans in with the right hand shot, and it gets off the back flange and goes through.
Well, Milwaukee.
9, Wright State on top with 3:52 to go here in this first half. Glad to have you along on this Thursday night, the next to last day of 2021. I'm Chris Collins along with Jim Brown. Here's Thomas with the basketball out front on the wing, making the catch. Golston. He's got 14 early points for the Panthers. Now St. Pierre against Basili. Spin move underneath the bucket. Turn around. Shot is good.
Yeah, that's a real good move. He took his time. Wright State didn't double him, and he just took his time, made a tough shot. I mean, that wasn't an easy shot. That was on the baseline. He had to swish it.
Here's Holden back into the corner. Keaton Norris for 3. He's got 2 from long distance. The freshman from Columbus gives the Raiders their largest lead at 8.
Well, again, you give Tanner Holden credit. Tanner's the one that created that. He got into the lane off the dribble. I mean, whenever you got a good shooter with his feet set and he catches the ball right in the shooting zone, which is exactly what happened there. It was a great pass from Tanner Holden.
Raiders on a 10-2 run.
Keaton made that basket.
Now Golston guarded by Finke. Gets a screen from St. Pierre. Pull up jump shot. Right elbow is short. Underneath though, it's Thomas Tough puts it back in.
Yeah, well they blocked the shot, and that was in effect an air ball. And air balls are practically impossible for the defensive team to rebound. I don't know why, but they are. You see that happen all the time. Air balls, the offensive team gets it.
Tanner Holden dribbling inside, beats it on the baseline. Finke.
Again,
jump shot is good from about 15 feet away.
Give Tanner Holden, Tanner Holden, give him credit. He's got 5 points there, didn't get credit for any of them, but he's the reason those baskets were scored just because he got into the lane off the dribble.
41-33 Wright State. Finke with the bucket, he's got 5. There's Golston out front against Finke. Lob it down into the post. St. Pierre, good quick pass to Thomas, who scores.
Yeah, he caught Trey Calvin ball watching. He took his eye off his man, watched the ball, and he got burned. That was a great reaction by Milwaukee there. And anytime a pass is made, you make a cut like that, you have a great chance of getting a return pass.
Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Norris feeds it down post right. Holden, 1-on-1 against Thomas. Leaning in, fakes right, goes up with the right hand off the glass, left it short. Thomas the rebound.
That's good defense by Thomas. Made him shoot a tough shot.
Now it's Golston deep in the right corner, dribbling in against Finke. Now double team. Here's the cutter, Thomas to the bucket with the right hand off the glass, scores.
They could have, in the NBA, they'd have called an offensive foul there because he used his left hand to shield the defender. They don't do that so much in college, but that's what he did, and he got away with it there. That's a good, strong move.
Thomas unofficially was 7 off the bench, 41-37 Wright State. Down in low, underneath the bucket, turn around, Calvin, left it short, rebound Lathan. Thomas will slow it down, back to Lathan. Now they look back at Coach Baldwin, out near midcourt, calling out the play with 1 minute to play in the first.
Yeah, they've scored on their last 4 possessions. They have a chance to, get 5 straight possessions where they score.
Now it's Lathan to the free throw line. Thomas for 3, deep right wing, misses it, rebound St. Pierre. Back to Thomas inside, right hand off the glass. Nope, cleaning it up, St. Pierre, who scores. 41-39, Raiders lead has been trimmed to 2 with 35 seconds remaining in the first half. And a timeout call.
And they've gone on a run here, outscored the Raiders 8-2 to end the first half. That's a good.
Milwaukee showing his zone. Here's Calvin with it, out front Holden to Basili, 12 on the shot clock. Finke back out front to Holden. They get it inside now to Basili. He's backing in, goes up off the shot, no missed it, and the rebound St. Pierre. 9 seconds left. Milwaukee has a chance to tie it or take the lead going to the half. In the corner, 3-point shot is good. Hancock gives Milwaukee the lead here at midcourt, and he'll get it into Calvin. Milwaukee coming out in the man-to-man defense. Played that primarily till late in that last possession for Wright State in the first half. Here's Basili, hands it off to Finke. Finke dribbling inside, goes up with the right hand, missed the shot. Ball is loose on the floor. Finke picks it up, tried to feed it to Holden. It's loose on the floor and picked up by St. Pierre. Back on the Panthers with a 1-point advantage. It's Golston going inside, runner with the right hand, rolls around and in. 3-point advantage, Golston with 16.
Well, they got it down the 4-4. Wright State got their defense organized, and Golston took advantage of that. That was way too easy. You don't want to give up easy baskets.
Here's Tanner Holden going inside against traffic. Can't get it. Tip is no good. Here's Basili off balance. He left it short. Rebound tip goes out of bounds and belongs to the Panthers.
Well, this is how the game started for Wright State. They got the ball inside, just couldn't convert. They had 3 opportunities right there. A couple offensive rebounds, couldn't get it to go.
Panthers Newby will dribble the ball up front. On the wing, Golston. Back out to Baker. Gives it back to Newby along the left hash. Gets a screen from St. Pierre. At the free throw line, left open for a jumper. It's no good. A rebound, St. Pierre. And an offensive foul, I should say a foul called on C.J. Wilburn on the offensive player, St. Pierre.
St. Pierre's been a factor here early. I mean, he's a player that on the season is, he's only averaging 6 points a game and 6 rebounds, but he's been a factor. He really has. And I don't know. They're going to go look.
Will trigger the inbound pass on the baseline. Gets it into St. Pierre. 6'10 center feeds the ball back to Golston, gives him a screen. Fadeaway jump shot left corner. He is on fire tonight. DeAndre Golston gives Milwaukee a 5-point lead.
Well, that's probably the toughest shot he's hit all night. He had a hand in his face. It was kind of a fadeaway. It was almost a 3-point shot in the corner. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Here's Holden posting up inside against Golston. He's fouled from behind. Stops the clock with 18:25 to play in the first.
Well, when Tanner caught the ball, 3 Milwaukee jerseys were right there. It's fortunate that Tanner was able to draw a foul because, boy, they had him outnumbered. You see here, Golston's on him, but look right away. There's 3 of them right there. And, he was fouled, I think, by Baker, but he'd be wrong about that. Anyway, he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Holden, the lefty. The first one is up and good. The Raiders missing 2 free throws in that first half. Again, coming into this game, shooting just a smidge under 80% as a team.
And Tanner didn't, he was 3 for 10 in the first half. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well.
That one is missed. It goes out of bounds, and last touch by C.J. Wilburn. And Milwaukee will have the possession, leading 46-42 with 18:24 left. Wright State in the second half, 0 for 3 from the floor.
Yeah, all in the paint too, Chris. Every one of them was in the paint. Similar to the first half, they were 2 for 10 early in the game. Milwaukee got off to a great start.
Here's Lathan Baker, and a foul on Calvin, reaching around Newby. And that's going to be 2 on the Wright State guard.
Yeah.
Second team foul.
Trey tried to split that. That was a ball screen dribble handoff deal, and he tried to sneak through there and he got his hand on the ball, but he got part of the Milwaukee guy's arm, and they called a foul.
Here's Lathan with the dribble out front against Holden. Taking it to the free throw line. He falls down, does Holden. Lathan wide open jumper, missed it. Ball tipped, and it's grabbed loose. Basili got a battle for it on the baseline. And let's see what the officials call. Out of bounds is Milwaukee. A great hustle by Baker.
Well, they out-hustled the Raiders there. They got on the floor right now. Nobody from Wright State got on the floor. Grant was already on the floor, but he couldn't reach the ball.
Wright State trailing by 4. Clock running with 17:48 to play.
It's physical inside. Yeah, they call a foul.
Inside on Basili.
That's really physical. I mean, St. Pierre was laying all over Grant Basili there.
It's the team's second in the second half, the second personal on St. Pierre.
He's a big dude. I don't know. He's just he's tall and he's wide and pretty strong.
Here's Basili going inside, jump hook right hand, not any good, and a hustle rebound for Golston, and he'll head out away to the pack and he'll dunk it with one hand.
That was, I don't know who tipped that out, but somebody tipped it out for Milwaukee, and that's why.
Holden taking it to the bucket. Ball knocked out of bounds by Milwaukee.
That's why Milwaukee was able to get that the layup. You can see here, well, we see the end of it, but that ball was tipped out by a Milwaukee player out to, and he couldn't get the rebound. He tipped it out and went right to Golston. Golston took it right down the floor. You know, the game has gotten really physical here in the second half, early in the second half.
Both teams with 2 personal fouls.
And Courtney Green
still talking to one of the officials.
Yeah, Courtney Green went over there. He saw what was going on. It's been very, very physical inside. It wasn't so much in the first half, but boy, it has been here in the second half. Threw it away,
a steal. Newby coming up with it. Taking it all the way in. His shot blocked from behind. Got some guys going down underneath the bucket. And the foul was called against Wright State's Keaton Norris picks up the personal. That is his first, the team's third. Newby was in the act of shooting. You can see on the replay, Norris was back. Newby made a nice move, got around him, and he got hacked.
Yeah. Well, Keaton had no And he was outnumbered there. It was a 3-on-1. There were a couple Raiders trying to get back into the play, but they got there late. Newby's one of the best free throw shooters in the country. He hardly ever misses. I know last year he had a string of like into the 30s without a miss.
He's 90% on the season coming into this game. He hits his first. And his second one, got it.
Well, this is how the game started for Milwaukee. They got off to a great start. Wright State started the game.
Panthers by 8, their largest lead of the game.
Yeah, couldn't make a basket.
Here's Basili, shuffles it over to Holden. Holden, pull-up jumper, left elbow, got it. Holden in double figures. He's got 12 points. The lead is 6, 17 minutes to play for Milwaukee. Lathan outside of the arc, one bounce pass over to Newby. He forces one up and got it. Unbelievable. It's a two-pointer. It's a 52-44 advantage for Milwaukee.
Not sure Milwaukee can play any better than what they're playing right now. They're really doing a good job. They're getting good shots, but the last two shots they've hit have been really difficult ones.
Here's Finke trying to get it inside, back to Norris. They move it around. Right corner, Finke set back for a three. It is short. Rebound.
Yeah, that wasn't a good shot. I mean, there was still time on the shot clock, and Tim didn't have his feet set. That was kind of a forced shot.
Milwaukee by 8. Here's Golston, fakes the three, gets his man in the air. Now he'll fire it up from triple range. Missed it. Easy rebound, St. Pierre. Back to Golston. Runner with the right hand. He got it. Golston having a big night. 22 points. The lead is 10 for Patrick Baldwin's Panthers.
The crowd
16 minutes to play.
Crowd is getting a little restless right now because Wright State's struggling.
Milwaukee out to Basili.
It's more Milwaukee's playing really well, Chris.
Here's Calvin. Picks up his dribble out to Finke. Catch and shoot three off the front of the iron. Rebound St. Pierre. He's been cleaning the glass all night long for the Panthers.
Well, Wright State's out of sync offensive. They need to settle down and run something, get an easier shot. The last two shots have been kind of rushed shots. But it starts at this end for Wright State. Milwaukee's getting whatever they want. There's an illegal screen. Milwaukee just dominating inside on the glass.
Yeah, St. Pierre has 11 rebounds.
Yeah, to me, he's been the factor in this game. Now, Golston has shot the ball well and gotten off to a great start, but boy, there's a charge.
And Lathan will be called for the charge, and
great
taking the
defense.
charge is Calvin.
Yeah, that's great defense by Trey Calvin. Sliding his feet in front, just did a really nice job. I mean, Lathan, he just was trying to get into the lane. That was just great defense by Trey Calvin.
Team's third, his second personal foul. Raiders down by 10. Dribble handoff to Calvin. Gets it back to Wilburn against St. Pierre. Wilburn, couple of rebound, I should say, dribbles. Now Holden with it in the corner to Norris. Norris, Finke, back to Norris. They reversed it out front. Holden, go inside, off balance with the right hand. Can't get it. Tried to rebound was Wilburn, and a foul is called.
Yeah, it was a great job by CJ.
Inside on Milwaukee.
Yeah, he went to the rim that time. He was well outside the painted area, and he went right to the rim and got hacked across the arm. I believe he's the one that got fouled. Now they're going to say Finke got fouled.
Got pushed from behind.
But CJ Wilburn went to the glass there.
Bull ready to check in for Milwaukee after this first of two free throws, and Finke cannot get it. Finke also coming into this game an excellent free throw shooter for the Raiders, but tonight they are just 6 out of 10.
He struggled offensively. Now he's got 5 rebounds and, has done a good job defensively, but he hasn't been able to get the ball to go in the basket. Got that one, and maybe that'll get him started.
He's got 6 points. The lead is 10. 14:50 to play.
St. Pierre's out of the lineup right now. Bowles in.
Feed it inside to Sims against Finke. Pushing himself back in physically. His shot is up and rolls off the rim. And the rebound hustled by Wilburn in the corner.
Well, that's a good, strong move by Sims. He just didn't get it to go. That ball was rolled off the rim, but that was a good, strong move.
Wilburn for 3. Off the iron. Into the corner, picking it up is Milwaukee.
Now, that was not a good shot. That's not CJ. I don't think he's made a 3 on the season. And when you're down 9 points or 10 points, what the Raiders are, that's not what you want.
And a steal by Wilburn. Wilburn taking the ball in on Sims, lays it up and got it.
Yeah, that makes up for it right there. That was a good job by CJ. He got the steal, took it coast to coast with a guy right on his tail. That wasn't an easy shot. That was a good conversion on his part. I still don't like the 3-point shot. I mean, that
Wilburn was 6.
that's not something that the Raiders need.
Here's Lathan. Pull-up jump shot right side is no good. Picked down, rebound by Finke. Crowd trying to get the Raiders back into it. Norris, Wilburn, Finke. Back out to Norris. Right side, Calvin. Pull-up, teardrop with the right hand. No, where's Wilburn with the rebound? CJ throws it back out to Calvin. Now Finke. Left corner Holden, 14 to shoot. Cross-court pass to Finke. Takes the three, goes down the baseline, feeds it underneath the Holden.
Yeah, it's a great pass.
Fouled by Golston, and that's his second, the team's fifth.
And CJ Wilburn got a great rebound there, and probably could have taken a shot. He, I guess, wasn't comfortable shooting. He got it out and created another possession for Wright State. It's a good move by Tim Finke and a great bounce pass, and Milwaukee had to foul to prevent it.
Tanner Holden with 12 points to lead the Raiders.
Prevent the easy layup.
He's 4-6 at the line tonight. He's got 4 assists, and the first free throw is good. Raiders now 8 of 12 at the line. Thomas is in for Milwaukee. He'll replace Lathan. Vasily in for Wright State, and Wilburn will come out. Wilburn gave him some good minutes here.
Yeah, Thomas gave Milwaukee good minutes. He's a physical player. He can score inside. He's not a, he's only made 3 threes on the season, but he's tough around the rim.
Holden makes the second free throw. 55-49. 13-18 to play. Milwaukee with the ball and the lead. Here's Newby out front, directing traffic with a dribble against Norris. Off the screen, Golston takes it inside in traffic. Nope, but the tip dunk is good by Ball.
Yeah, they could have called offensive goaltending there. He was.
Raiders trying to push it down the floor. It's Holden down the baseline. And a foul is called on Milwaukee, and that's team foul number 6. And that's going to be on Ball. Or Golston, they say. That's his 3rd personal foul. He's got 22 points to lead all scorers.
Oh, wow.
Pass to Holden. Good luck from Calvin. He got an easy basket.
Well, Milwaukee was discussing what they were going to do there. That was inexcusable. Nobody was paying any attention whatsoever. Good alert play by Keaton Norris. Threw it right into Tanner, and Tanner just shot it. But that was because Milwaukee players were discussing what went wrong.
Panthers try to answer. Elbow jumper by Newby is no good. Here's Bull with the rebound. And a foul called on Wright State.
Tell you, Milwaukee's 2 inside players, Bull and St. Pierre, have done a lot of damage on the offensive glass. I mean, the last basket, that rebound dunk, really close to offensive goaltending. I thought that ball was still in the cylinder, but irregardless, it counted, and that's a good offensive rebound right there.
Lathan back in, and Golston comes out with 3 fouls. 57-51 Milwaukee. They have the ball in their own end. 20 on the shot clock. 12:33 to play. Inbounds pass. And a foul called on Calvin. That's going to be his 3rd.
Well, the officiating has gotten a lot tighter here in the second half. And I think it's happened because of what happened in the first 2 minutes of the second half. It got really, really physical inside. And I think the officials, this is a good officiating crew. I mean, this is one of the better ones we've had. And they've tightened things up at both ends of the court.
Calvin is out with those 3 fouls. Welledge in, the sophomore. Now it's Thomas to Lathan. Lathan, 3-corner shot, 3 is no good. Rebound Holden. That shot taken by Sims. Quickly up the right sideline to Finke. He's left open for 3, and that is short.
Tim just, I mean, those are tough shots. I mean, he didn't have his feet set all the way, and, it was quick. Nobody under the glass.
Newby strong to the basket. And a foul call.
Wright State's been to the line 9 for 13, whereas Milwaukee's 7 for 8.
Back to action. Trey Calvin with 3 fouls back in for Wright State. High post to Vasily. Finke with it. Left corner Holden. Back inside to Vasily, who puts it up and in.
Well, that was a called play. They called that in the timeout, and they executed it really well. The pass was a little late, but Grant was able to get it and lay it in against, a Milwaukee player that was defending it.
Vasily with 8. Now Thomas down in the post against Holden, using that body. Takes him inside, fade away with the right hand. Nope, but a foul.
Yeah, that was a good matchup there. Thomas has got some strength. And,
that was on Vasily.
Yeah. Yeah, Grant came to help, and I don't know that he needed to, but he did, and because I don't think that shot was going to go in. It looked to me like we had a good angle here. It looked like it was going off to the left.
Thomas will go to the line. He split 2 in the first half. Got 7 points off the bench. The first one rattles out.
Now, he's an 84% free throw shooter, so you know, 84% of the time he makes them. He's missed 2 tonight.
And the second one is up and missed it. And the rebound, Finke.
Those are big misses.
Raiders down by 4.
If you're a Wright State fan, you need to take advantage of this.
And across the way, we've got a clock issue.
I think it's the clock. The 30-second clock never started on the rebound. So there should be about 26 seconds, I would guess.
Yeah.
27. That was close.
Yep, 27 they put up on the top.
But this is a big possession for Wright State. They've made a little run here.
And the ball was stolen.
Oh, they call
got a battle for it. Calvin tips it over to Vasily.
I thought they called a foul, but they didn't.
There's Wellage, cross-court pass over to Calvin. 12 on the shot clock. Holden one-on-one against Thomas. Taking it inside, pull up with the right hand, short. Rebound tipped around and grabbed by Sims.
Well, Bull came over to help, and he caused that to be a miss. He came over to help off the drive, and when Tanner got to him, it was a different story.
Thomas taking it strong to the basket. Scoop with the right hand is good. Panthers back to a 6-point lead with 10:52 to play. Now Calvin with it out front. Out to Vasily. They left him wide open from 3, and he missed it.
Well, I would leave him open, too. I really would. I mean, you know, they're down, Wright State's down 6 points. I'd much rather see Grant get the ball inside in the paint and do damage there than shoot a 3.
Here's Thomas with a lot of dribbling out there to Lathan. Still a lot of time on the shot clock with 15. Lathan getting a screen from Bull. He'll fire up a 3-pointer. No good. Rebound Sims. Feeds it into Thomas. In the paint, missed the jumper. Another offensive rebound for Bull. Ball loose and off the foot into the hands of Wellage. Behind the back, Holden goes up. Missed it.
Oh, wow.
Rebound is good by Trey Calvin. Calvin with 9. It's 59-55 Panthers as we approach 10 minutes to play.
Well, that was an unbelievable basket by Trey Calvin. I don't know how he got that to go in. Just a great play.
And Calvin tipped it away to the backboard, picked up by Newby. 18 on the shot clock for the Panthers. Here's Newby, strong dribble into the corner. Out front, Lathan. Step back jumper 3 is no good. The rebound grabbed by Holden. Quickly up the floor, Wellage under the bucket, puts it up, score the bucket and a
to get his man off his ground, and then got the layup to go. He's going to try to get a 3-point play, and he does.
And the lead is 1 for the Panthers. Just under 9.5 minutes to play. Newby.
Yeah, he traveled.
Traveling call on Vin Baker Jr. Turnover, Milwaukee.
Well,
this game has gone in streaks for both teams.
Yeah, it really has. That was good defense there, because he caught it and he wanted to take it right away, and there was a Wright State defender right there, and he just got ahead of himself.
Here's Vasily over to Holden. Holden to the free throw line, gives it to Vasily, backing in on Bull, the 7-footer. Tries to get some position, he can't, and it's grabbed by Bull.
I tell you, that guy's made a difference in the game. I mean, he and the St. Pierre, they have really caused havoc inside.
Here's Lathan forcing one up, blocked by Vasily. It's loose and grabbed by Finke. Finke on the run, taking it inside with the left hand, scores, and Wright State has taken a 60-59 lead.
Well, that's an unbelievable. I mean, this game has gotten really good, really quick.
And a timeout call.
4 minutes has been phenomenal. I mean, great plays at both ends of the floor by both teams, offensively and defensively.
Well, you get into league play, intensity pulls up. There's a 3-pointer, no good, and Holden high for the rebound on the miss by Newby.
The last 2 rebounds he's got, he has really skied for them.
Raiders set up the offense. Calvin with 3 fouls. High post to Vasily, flips it over to Finke. Finke back to Calvin. Gets it inside to Vasily against the 7-footer. Leaning in, goes up with the right hand and scores.
Well, he got fouled twice. That was a strong move. He got fouled when he caught the ball. Then he put it on the floor. He got fouled again. And there was just a lot of contact there. But he got it to go. That was a great move on his part. A good, strong move.
Vasily in double figures now, the reigning Horizon League Player of the Week. Hand off to Newby. Looking for a screen from Bull. Now he gives it up on the bounce to Golston with 10 to shoot. Golston on the switch, works against Vasily. Step back 3-point shot. That one's off the backboard and into the hands of Holden.
Well, that wasn't a good offensive possession for Milwaukee. They had a screen. They got a switch there, and so that meant that Trey Calvin was stuck under the basket with a taller
down
guy.
into Basili. They go back to him again. Leans in with the right hand. Left it short. The tip is good by Basili. Back-to-back buckets. He's got a dozen. And the Raiders extend the lead to 5.
Yeah, those are huge baskets. It's, you know, if you're a Wright State fan, it's good to see them going inside. That's the strength of their team. Get it inside.
Golston flips the ball middle of the floor to Newby. Left side now. Thomas wants a screen from Ball. He gets it. Pull-up jumper at the left elbow. Got it.
Yeah, that wasn't real good defense there. He came off of a screen. That's a good play by Milwaukee. They got a screen. He came off that screen. Nobody was there. They didn't hedge the screen. I'm talking about Wright State, and he got a good look at the basket and got it to go.
And Thomas now with 9 points unofficially. The Raiders lead at 3 with the ball. 6:45 to play in the second half. Finke threw the ball away, stolen by Golston.
That's good C-ball, C defense. C-ball, C-man defense by Golston there.
Golston going one-on-one against Holden.
That's great defense by Tanner Holden.
18 on the shot clock. Now it's Thomas. Spinning around, gets away from Wellage. On the baseline into the corner, Golston. Golston spin move with the right hand, had it blocked. Picked up by Finke in the corner.
I'll tell you what, Wright State's playing some defense right now.
Here's Wellage, pull-up jump shot, free throw line, got it! Andrew Wellage gives the Raiders a 5-point lead as we approach 6 minutes to play.
That last possession down here for Milwaukee, the defense that Wright State played there was probably the best possession defensively they've had all night long. I mean, they had an answer for everything Milwaukee tried to do.
Here's Thomas. Now Newby resetting the offense against the Wright State man-to-man with 12 on the shot clock.
Yeah, they're losing Bull as a screener for Thomas and Golston and Newby. Here he comes out for another screen.
Newby, a long arching three, is an air ball. Tried to save it was Milwaukee, but into the hands of Finke.
Well, that's the kind of shot you take when you're really tired. That was just a really tired-looking shot.
Here's Basili going in strong into a double team, lost it. Goes out of bounds, belongs to...
Not a good shot. That was not a good shot at all. Milwaukee needs to run something here and get a decent look.
It's Thomas backing in on Holden. He gets it off to Golston, and it's blocked by Finke. Ball is loose, but Olskin gets it back. He leans in with the left hand, missed it.
Charge, yeah. That was a great block by Tim Finke. And
Basili took the charge. Golston's 4th foul.
And Golston took it to the rim. I mean, yeah, that's a natural thing to do. You get a break. I mean, the shot was blocked, but it went right back to Golston. So he had an open. He took it right to the rim. A great defensive play by Grant Basili. I mean, that was a great defensive play.
Now Holden in the paint. He rises for the jump shot and hits it just inside the free throw line. Raiders heating up now down the stretch.
Well, they're getting good shots, and they're playing defense. It's all started at the defensive end for Wright State. No question about it.
Lob into St. Pierre. Hands it off down the baseline. Shot up and good.
That was a big-time shot right there.
Couldn't see who it was. Was it Sims?
I think. I don't know. I saw the handoff. St. Pierre made the handoff, but that was blocked out. But that was a great basket. I mean, it was contested.
Here's Holden with 18 points with it. Dribbles it outside the three-point line. Flips it over to Calvin. Raiders with the ball with 5-point lead.
Well, every possession right here is critical. You got to make sure you get good shots at both ends of the court.
Here's Calvin taking it inside with a runner with the right hand. He got it.
Now, that was a difficult shot. He got into the lane. That, people are going to say, well, that wasn't the hardest shot. That was a really difficult shot.
He's going to his left with the right hand. He's got the bucket for Wright State, giving him a 7-point lead. Yeah. Inside, a holding call on Wilburn. Holding on St. Pierre, and that will send us to the under 4 timeout. So buckle your seatbelts for the final 3:58. Wright State has retaken the lead.
If they hadn't fouled, so he's going to shoot the, I think it's a 2-spot. Yeah, he's on fire tonight.
You'd never think that he was a poor free throw shooter. He's made all 3 of them hit the net.
They look good, too. I mean, they haven't anything but net. Swish shots.
He's got 7 points, but more importantly, 11 rebounds. And he got the second one.
Well, that's what you do under the fire. You step up there and you make the free throw.
70-65 Raiders, 3:50 to play. Calvin hands off to Wellage, back to Holden. Holden with 18 to lead 3 Raiders in double figures. He takes it inside and he's fouled. That's what Tanner Holden can do. He leads the team in free throw attempts.
And that's just good, smart basketball. Getting to the line is what you want to do in these situations. You're down to 3:45. You've got a 5-point lead. You want either get an easy shot inside or better yet get to the line, because they call them free throws for that reason. They're free and they're easier to make.
He had 18 points and 5 boards in the win at North Carolina State, and he knocks down that free throw. We'll get one more. He's 7 of 9 from the line tonight. He's got 19 points to lead a trio of Raiders in double figures.
The other key thing is that's a 10th team foul. So if from here on in, Wright State's going to shoot the double bonus. Milwaukee still, Wright State only has 8, so the next foul by Wright State's going to be the 1-and-1 still.
Holden with 20. He made the second free throw. 3:41 to play. Here's Newby out front to Thomas. Inside it goes to Sims against Finke. Up and under, right-hand foul.
Well, that was. I mean, they tried to double team him. They got a couple guys inside that can really take you off the dribble. I mean, they're
get a chance to see it again on the replay, Coach.
Yeah, I mean that's just a good move.
That was on Welledge reaching in.
Yeah, and I think Welledge got pretty much all ball too. I mean, the reaction on his face was he got all ball.
His first foul, first free throw is no good by Sims. You know, Sims had been starting, but he didn't start tonight.
Sims and Thomas, and they're both, you know, Sims is 6'7", Thomas is 6'4", but they're both really physical players.
He makes the second one. 6'7", junior out of Hamilton, Ontario.
With some experience.
Yeah, 3:30 to play, 72-66 Raiders. Wright State with the ball. Here's Holden. Dribbling down the free throw line, goes underneath the baseline and scores. 22 for the Raiders' leading scorer.
Well, he's just taking over the game right now, Chris, and that's what you do. I mean, if you're the type of player Tanner Holden's been for Wright State for the past 3 years, that's what you do in crunch time. You take the game over with good shots.
Here's Lathan. Picks up his dribble.
A great defense by Trey Calvin there. They tried to reverse the ball. Trey got in the passing lane, prevented it.
Thomas crossover. Back out to Newby, a long arcing three. He swishes it.
Big time basket right there. That keeps you in the game. Puts it
down by 5.
Yeah, 2-possession game. He misses that, and Wright State gets the rebound. You're looking at a different situation. That's a huge basket.
Raiders going to slow it down in the offensive end.
You just want to make sure you get a good shot here. I mean, you want to get something inside or get fouled.
Calvin to Basili. Basili now with a dribble inside and a foul inside on Milwaukee. I think they caught Lathan for pushing Holden.
Either that or they called it. Okay, all right. I thought they might have called it on St. Pierre on the dribble drive. So here's the situation.
Double bonus.
Yeah, Wright State's going to shoot 2 free throws. Now, this is the second game in a row. This same thing happened down at North Carolina State. And I can't tell you how important it is when you get into a game like this to be able to go to the line and not worry about missing the first free throw. You can, you're going to get a second chance no matter what.
Holden's first one is up and missed it.
That was a good-looking free throw. That just was a tad short, but that had a good chance of going in.
Substitution for Milwaukee. Sims is out, and Golston is back in with 4 fouls. So both teams now are in the double bonus. 2:29 left. Possession arrow favors Milwaukee. Holden's second free throw. No good.
Same thing. Just rolled off the front edge. Those are 2 big misses right there.
A little bit short on it.
Yeah.
2:20 left. Milwaukee down by 5. Okay.
Got to look for Golston here. They're going to look for him. There's a screen.
Here's Lathan inside. Picks up his dribble. Thomas had it knocked away. Picks it up in the paint, puts it in.
Yeah.
And a timeout called by Milwaukee. All right, so we're back to action. Finke along the 4 with Calvin, Welledge, Holden, and Basili. 20 on the shot clock. We're under 2 minutes to play. Wright State with the ball and a 3-point lead. Calvin back to Basili. Back out front to Finke. Swings it over to Welledge. 10 to shoot. Finke, Welledge. Down and low to Basili. Feeds it back out to Calvin. Left open from 3. No good. Rebound, loose. Milwaukee. Panthers a chance to tie it here.
That was a decent possession for Wright State. They tried to get it inside. Milwaukee took it away. Now Milwaukee's faced with the same situation here. They got to get something inside.
Lathan. Golston.
Good closeout by Tanner Holden. 10 on the shot clock.
Here's Lathan. Free throw line. Jump shot. No. Rebound. Tip. Grab by Holden.
That was a good box out by Grant Basili there. They could have called a foul,
good
but Grant had him. Yeah, that was great defense by the Raiders, particularly when Golston got the ball.
So Calvin going to hold it out front. 16 on the shot clock. 50 seconds to play. Wright State with a 3-point lead. They're going to give it to Holden one-on-one.
Oh, great pass.
Wellich underneath. Finke, 3 to shoot. 3 ball.
Yes. You're Milwaukee, but you don't need it. I mean, there's plenty of time. Oh, not plenty of time, but there's time to make things happen without shooting a 3.
Yeah, it's a 2-possession game, 6-point lead. Milwaukee with the ball trailing. Golston, long 3. No. Rebound, tipped in the corner. It's Calvin with it, and he is fouled. 20.9 seconds left, and Trey Calvin, one of the better free throw shooters for the Raiders, runs down to the other line. And Clint Sargent tonight has really been under control in his first game as the head coach.
Well, just like Coach Nagy, you know, you look over there at Coach Nagy sometimes and you wonder if he's got a Corona sitting on the beach. He's so relaxed. And Clint, you know, he's coached with Coach Nagy so long and played for him. I think that is a real trait. I watched so many of these young coaches on the sidelines just
Lathan fouled out. So we tell everybody, he fouled out. He called.
And you got to say the thing about Coach Baldwin, totally under control. I mean, totally under control as a coach. But you're right about Clint. I mean, he's been under control all night long, and I'm sure he would have liked this game to be a little easier. His first experience as a head coach, albeit as a substitute head coach, but still, I mean, you know, I'm sure he was extremely nervous going into this game, and rightfully so. But he's managed it real well. There's no question about that. The second half, when things didn't look good, he kept his composure, and they stuck right with what they.
Calvin makes the first free throw.
They got the ball inside. You know, the second half started out miserable for Wright State. They got down 10 points, and you got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, they hung with it, and
Calvin makes the second. Calvin with 13.
This crowd tonight for Wright State has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, they have really helped the Raiders, particularly in that stretch when they were behind.
Here's Golston. Gets his man in the air, leans in from the top of the key, missed the shot, got his own rebound, goes down, and he's fouled. And the foul called on, I believe Tanner Holden picks up the personal. That's his second with 9 seconds remaining. It's 79-71 Wright State.
Well, we said before the game that DeAndre Golden was the player to watch, and we were right on with that for Milwaukee. My goodness, what a game he's had.
22 points, 9 of 20 from the floor. He made 4 threes, all in the first half on 9 attempts.
He's got 6 rebounds. He's turned it over 4 times, but my goodness, he plays so incredibly hard. You know, both these teams tonight have played incredibly hard. I mean, it's been a
when you get into league play, that happens.
Yeah, this has been an entertaining basketball game. I mean, if you're just a basketball fan and you don't care, you know, you don't have anything vested in either one of these teams, this was a great college basketball game to watch.
So Golston will go to the line for the first time tonight. He's got 22 points to lead all. He had a game high with Tanner Holden, and that first free throw is good. So now he's got 23. Wright State shooting 46% in the second half. They got off to a slow start early at 23%.
Yeah,
and
one
Golston
time
makes the second.
One time they were 3 for 13. More room.
Well,
there you go.
To get it in. He's got Calvin in the backcourt. He's double teamed and a foul called on Hancock.
See, that was much better. That was a much better possession right there. You know, Coach Sargent got him organized that time, and you know, they brought Tim Finke down in case either guard couldn't get it. He could run to the middle.
So going to the free throw line will be Trey Calvin again. He made a couple a moment ago. He's got 13 points for the Raiders.
And again, this is the double bonus. I keep mentioning that, but that's a key thing. You get to the end of a basketball game, a close basketball game, and you go up there and see he missed it. Now, if it's a 1-and-1, you know, Milwaukee be going to the other end.
Raiders uncharacteristically not very good from the free throw line tonight at 67%. And Calvin looking to tack one more on and make it a 3-possession game. And he does. Calvin now with 14 points, got 5 seconds remaining. Golston, crossover dribble, taking the ball to the bucket. Little floaters off the glass and good. And 4.4 tenths of a second.